Good morning. This is May the 20th, 2024, and this is another session of Daily Spiritual Medicine. It's good to hear this morning. Wake up every morning thinking to myself, it is so nice to be alive. It's a brand new world. The sun's coming up. It's going to be a beautiful day, and looking forward to it. And for just a moment, let me say that please, if you are on, there is a super chat, and you can go into that chat area and you will see some different little emblems or emojis or whatever you want to call them. But one of them has a dollar sign on it, a money sign. And if you would like to, you can click on that, and it's called a super chat or a super thanks. And you can donate to what I am doing and the things that I do and the outreach that I have so that I can do more. And I will appreciate that if you do it. And if you can't, I understand. I do. It's rough, and we will do this together the best we can. But if you can, I'd appreciate it. And also, just remember, if you haven't subscribed, and there are so many that come to my wall, that come to listen to this Daily Spiritual Medicine, and go to the page that I have created, which is Independent Thinker on Facebook. So many go, but they're not subscribed. So please just hit that subscribe button if you have not done so. And if you will hit like and make a comment, and then take the time to share this to somebody that you love, that certainly helps me to be able to have a greater outreach on all the different channels. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Telegram now. And it is under Independent Thinker 1954. And I'd appreciate you going there and doing so and letting everyone know. So this morning, I want to take just a couple of minutes. We talked last Saturday morning on, do you believe aliens are here, or are aliens living in the earth? And the other one that we discussed in the same time was, do we have more than one body now? And so if you have the time to go back, listen to the one that was on Saturday morning, which would have been the 18th of May, and you will find some very interesting things there. Today, I want to talk on, this is number 17 of Daily Spiritual Medicine. And I want to talk on the dimensions again, and start out by taking a look at, people have asked me these questions. Do people go to heaven or hell after this life? Well, let me put it this way. People, I believe we work ourselves out, no matter who it is. When people come into this earth, we are playing a role. We have things that we do, things that we say, actions that we make. We create our own path, okay? And what I'm going to say is maybe a little strange to some people, but I believe this with all my heart. We create our own path. We create our own bed to sleep in. We create our own creation. And I believe we're going where we think we're going. And when we pass out of this mix, the next place that we're going will be a place where we work ourselves out of that thinking. And or if we like that, we will stay there a while. But we are eternal people. We're not We're not, we can't go out of existence, and we're not a people, we're not a being who is stagnant, who is static. We are kinetic, we are in action, we're on the move. And when you pin yourself into something, you're going to go there and then you're going to work your way out of it. So if you're thinking that there's some hell that you're going to go to, you're going to go there. And it's not necessarily a burning hell or anything like that, but it is a place that you will go that you have trapped yourself into. You go there, and then, like a maze, you work yourself out of it. And it's through Christ. Christ, when you are the Christ, and when you think those things, your thoughts are manifested, created, and then you move through that. And as you move through it, you work yourself out of that into the next step and into the next step. And you keep going and you keep learning and you keep building new paths and you keep thinking of new places and you keep putting yourself there and you keep working yourself out of it to the next step. That's, as far as I can tell, that's where we're going. We're going to the place that we have created ourselves. Now, I've created a great place for myself. I understand myself. I understand who I am. I understand I'm a creator. Just like right here, you can create any life that you want to live in. So where we are going is, quote, not heaven or hell. It is a place in which we will continue to learn and work ourselves forward and work out of that into the next thing and into the next mix and into the next mix and right on down the line. So, and then the next question that was asked me about the dimensional things is, how many dimensions are there? Well, there are an innumerable amount of dimensions, but you could say, if you wanted to, that there are 7 dimensional doors, dimensional places. It's not really places, but there are 7 dimensions. And these 7 dimensions, we know that we have talked about them before: space, matter, time, communication, hell, theophany, and heaven. And so those 7 dimensions, and then inside of each of those dimensions are just an innumerable amount more that you continually work yourself through, create, overcome, and move to the next thing, and move to the next thing, and the next thing. So those dimensions are 7. And so the very next question that everybody keeps asking me at different times is, what veils us from those invisible dimensions, ones that we can't see, like the 7th dimension, the 6th dimension, the 5th dimension, which is heaven and logic, theophany, and unrest or hell. And exactly what veils us from those? Well, this is again going to sound a little strange to you, but nothing veils us from those. There's no veil between me and the 7th dimension. I am the 7th dimension. There's no veil between me and logic. I use logic every day. Just because it's invisible dimensions doesn't mean there's a veil there. It means that it's a different mix or a different makeup for me to be able to use and build the tools necessary for me to live. I live in the 7th dimension every day. I live in, quote, heaven every day. I live in the spirit, 7th dimension, God, the spirit. I live in it every single day. That's who I am. And I have my logic and my understanding, and I use it every single day. Theophany, the spirit, all of these things are just invisible things that are going to remain invisible throughout eternity. And we are going to use those invisible things every single day when it comes to communication, when it comes to all the technological things. You say we can't see it. We can hear it, we can feel it, we can do all these things. We can send communications through this and that and the other. We have receptors, we have this and that, but you can't see it. Well, that's true, and you never will see it, but it doesn't mean that you're not using it. You are living in the fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh dimensions all the time. It's like looking down through, if you have a spiral and you're looking down through it, the human being down through that spiral, the human being is touching every single dimension that there is, touching it every single day, feeling it, walking in it, using the spirit, who I am, using the logic, the mind of Christ and who I am, using the hell or the unrest, to help me work through my iniquity, to work through the things that I need to overcome, and shows me the contrast of who I am, shows me the holistic being of things in me that I need to work on, frequencies. All you could say that dimensions are frequencies, and there's love, and there's peace, and there's joy, and there's long suffering, and there's meekness, kindness, goodness, faith, and all those things. Those are all dimensional things that I can't reach out and pick up. It's not material things, but they're just as real, and I'm using them every day, and it will always be that way. And then you have the third dimension, which is time. And you say, well, I can't see time. Yes, you do. You see time every day. Pick up a picture of yourself. Think of yourself when you were 5 years old and 10 years old and 20 and 30 and 40. Think of your children that came about. Think of your grandchildren. Think of your wife. Think of all of these things. This is time passing us by, and we are watching it every day. Time is not invisible. Think of the things out here that you see, and everything is just the birds, the animals that you love, the botany life that comes and goes according to the spring and summer and fall and autumns and winters and back to spring again. Perpetuality, it's time, and we are watching time all the time. It's here. It's not invisible. It's not necessarily a clock. It's not any of those. It's a 24-hour period from the time the sun goes down to the time the sun comes up, to the time nighttime comes along, and then daytime comes. Time is dimensional, and it is here, and we see it every day, just like you see the logic, the mind of Christ, the things you think about and do. You see it in that manner every day. The spirit moving in you, you see it in that manner every day. So it's not a matter of we're not using dimensions. We are using every single dimension every single day. It is one with us. It is who we are. And so many people wanted to know how many dimensions there are. 7, and then multiple hundreds and thousands and innumerable amounts inside those 7 dimensions. And people, they say, where do they go? Heaven and hell. You go to the next place that you created, and you go there and you live in that, and you work yourself out of that into something else. And what are the veils? What veils us from invisible dimensions? Nothing veils us. Break through the illusion, break through the thought of veils, and say, in this day, in this age, there are none. I do not have a veil that's holding me back. I used to, and the veil was nothing other than my understanding, my thoughts, my ideas, my things that I didn't um, understand that I was still in darkness, that I was still in the unknown world, and now I know. So we have these things that are all around us, and people are asking all the time, and they say, what dimension? This was asked me just yesterday after the last night's meeting. What dimension do the saints live in? And we say sixth dimension. Really? Just the sixth dimension. The saints that are here are living in all seven dimensions right now. And there aren't any saints anywhere else in the world but here, right now, present, every single one of them, living in the seven dimensions, walking in the seven dimensions. All it is they have on them, or they have moved into another part of their creation, another part of their thinking, another one of those what I'm talking about is one of those people who have moved on, created something else, and have moved into that, and they're working their way through that. They are right here. They are living in all seven dimensions. They are here. They are alive. They are well. Jesus Christ himself has never gone anywhere. He has been right here. We are alive and well. And the saints that are in the earth are living in all seven dimensions. The saints that are in the earth but have moved on from this mix are living right here in the seven dimensions. And the saints who have not yet set foot in the earth, and listen to me, I'll talk on this a little bit, but the earth is the body of Christ. So those who have not yet put on the body of Christ are living just as alive and well as you and me, but have not passed through this mix of earth yet. Now we'll come back to some of these, and I wanted to take just a few minutes and help everyone to understand. Just stop thinking like you're missing something, like you're not good enough, like you're not spiritual enough to have gone there yet. Don't do that. Don't do that. You are spiritual. You are alive. You are Christ. You are full of his logic. You have unrest about you because you are working through your contrasts, and you still have things you're overcoming. You use the communication continually. Time is here, and it will always be here. Time is not going away. There are some things that no longer have a use for time. I don't equate time to the seven church ages now, other than measurement. But you're in time, you're in space, you are in matter, you're in a mix, you're in all these things, and you're using all of those dimensions every day, continually, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You never leave it, whether you have not come here yet, whether you are here, or whether you have come here and moved on to a different mix. You use these dimensions all the time, and there are no veils between us. We are all right here, alive and well, just moving through the mix of all of these dimensions. That's what this is about. Love bless you, and I hope this helps. Thank you.